all I want is good Rocket League. You know, I've got no bias, no favoritism between these two teams, and just may the best man or three players win as we hop onto the pitch.
Metenčuks looking to prove that he is indeed the best. We've talked about him in great depth over the last week or so. He has a chip on his shoulder, something to prove in Rocket League, and he's trying his best to prove it with the opening goal of the game. Unfortunately, can't make it happen. He's going to be able to take control, at least for the defensive, set it up for Devo, perhaps. Way too far out of any SCP player's position, so Joessi can hold the defense and leave it for his teammate to come forward, find the clear. Astral will beat out Devo, or not, actually. That gets set up for Metenčuks once again. Ferrer and Astral passing in, Joessi to try and receive it a little bit too quick, so very similar to that Vitality series. Oxygen unable to position themselves well for the passes.
But Oxygen with good control, finally an opportunity for Barcelona, but Ronicky keeping that held back. He didn't want so many touches on that ball. It rebounded off him, back into the wall, and then back into him finally and out. So he doesn't want that. He just wanted a nice clean touch, and it got a little bit muddled between him and that wall. And it meant he didn't have the power to reach Devo in time, which you got to be careful on that. Got to be playing with enough width on your hits.
Well, still a minute into this game, and FC Barcelona have generated a couple opportunities. Let's see if they can find any more. Good shot coming out from Ronicky in particular. Joessi is there to block it off, and Ronicky coming in sideboard. Devo up again for the defensive line. Joessi able to hold that one. Pinch out from Metenčuks, throws it off, but Astral's the man that takes control overall, so no benefit there for FCB. As Ferrer comes up, bounces off again, puts it right back down off the ceiling. Joessi coming forward as well from the backboard, trying to pass into a teammate. And it's Metenčuks to take it away from Astral's position. Gets that demo in as well, but back and forth game so far in this one. Just back to the other side of defensive and offensive. Joessi's going to keep the pressure going for Oxygen as Astral comes up a little bit too far forward for it. Ferrer with one final chance to strike back. He bounces it over one defender, but not past the second. Too far wide. Joessi trying to beat Ronicky. Not going to happen.
Oh, Joessi didn't want that touch. You'd say it's a back and forth game. Oxygen are playing better. Their execution is not good. They've missed out on 3 opportunities as of this moment in time. Barcelona, however, on the opposite end, don't have a game plan, Jay. You look at how they're playing, it is hit and hope, it is very short-sighted, and that is worrying. Hits like that from Devo, where he puts off to the side, there was no teammate there to back him on up. He's just lucky that Oxygen weren't really in a position, they weren't expecting such a nothing save. And it's weird from both ends of the pitch. For me, it looks like Oxygen weren't keeping warmed up in that downtime.
Ronicky challenging, beating out Astral as well. Joessi still comes forward. He's off the backboard, no second touch allowed. Metenčuks again can adjust on the defensive. Demo in from Ronicky, backboard play. No one's there to defend it, but it bounces off the crease. The aerial from Devo couldn't land his touch. And again, Oxygen, just by easing off a little bit, will control. Metenčuks up. Ferrer with an awkward touch, and again, couldn't be dangerous here for FC Barcelona, but they've been unable to punish these. Devo coming forward, sends that one high. Astral off to the corner. Ferrer with a bounce out. Joessi to receive now. 43 points of boost. Has lost his flip though. Ronicky has plenty more boost to try and return it back to the other end of the field. Going to try and find a pass towards Devo. Bit high, bit wide. Metenčuks can't beat Joessi. So again, just sending this ball between different backboards right now. Like, there's nothing major coming out from either side. No major setups or passing plays. A couple of things coming out the midfield, but they're so inaccurate, I don't even think you can count them.
No, and it's a weird case of no one really looking to take control of the game. Definitely these two teams are trying to gain control of the pitch, and that's why they're sending it so deep. They want to send it deep and then hold onto the midfield. That's finally a very nice attempt by Astral, but not going to be finished off by Joessi. And a good little, a good little play right there. The dribble coming out strong, delivered from Metenčuks to Ronicky, who can just send it into the upper portion of the net. I like that.
Well, one attack countered to another. It's a shame that that first setup from Oxygen went so poorly for them. Massive commitment as well, throwing the defensive into a scramble was not enough to hold off against FC Barcelona. And Devo in off the sideboard, pass back down to Ferrer again off the ceiling. Push back off to the midfield once again. Joessi coming back up the backboard. Teammate in centre, unable to receive it. In fact, Astral's not even going to bother committing to that. Back in the defense because he realises FC Barcelona are on the counter-attack. Ferrer challenging, sideboard into the box. Joessi now going to try and beat out one. He gets it. Bomb play against Metenčuks, but but he can't get the shot in. Fair will try to dunk it past the Astral, and Ronicky takes it away from them. That's a dribble right to an open net, and Ronicky gets the second for FC Barcelona.
And well, straight up, good defense coming out from Ronicky to see it off there. Atachi as well with the shadow play to try and back out for the 50-50s. But I just don't know what Oxygen are thinking there, Jay. Naturally, you've seen how inaccurate they've been. They're trying to set up passing plays, but their passing plays, they're not close enough to each other, or at least if they're trying to go for longer opportunities, they're too inaccurate for those passes as well to follow up. So Oxygen are just a mess right now.
They really are. And FC Barcelona playing their standard aggressive style is working for them. 3 seconds of the clock and they will secure game one. And well, Oxygen will be a little bit miffed with that one. Not the best of starts here, but they generated some good chances and they just didn't quite follow suit with them. You know, great opportunities that could very easily have led to an Oxygen victory instead, but here we are, 2-0 up for FC Barcelona in game one.
And I think the answer for Oxygen here is, and it's going to sound silly, but dumb down their game, Jay. They're trying to play like they did up against Vitality. They're trying to play at the best of their abilities. But they're not hitting that. They're not at their peak right now. You can see they're feeling a little bit sluggish. They're like straight up inaccuracy is hurting them. So just simplify your gameplay down, bring it on into yourselves, keep control of that ball, keep it away from Barcelona, and you will get a reward. It'll be a 1-0 game. It's not going to be exciting. Might not even really be fun to play. But if it gets you into the grand finals, it's worth it.
Well, FC Barcelona currently setting themselves up on the right foot here and taking that first step forward to those grand finals in this one, Bacon. So an opportunity presenting themselves now a chance for a second game. Now they certainly have looked like the more impressive squad, but Oxygen needing to readjust, as you mentioned. A chance available for them in game two. Let's have a look, see whether the kickoff will favour them. It's a good start from Ferrer and Astral, looking for the early ball control. Devo takes it away, though. Ball back down from Shawset. Astral trying to get involved. The touch is just going to take that off to the left-hand side and follow suit, beating out the first defender. Ferrer puts that back into Oxygen control, but Ronicky comes forward again and takes it away. Itachi shoving Astral out of the way, but Ferrer will come forward as no third man from FC Barcelona commits to that offensive. Big miss from Ferrer, though, and Shawset struggles to maintain ball control. And Oxygen once again here in the first 30 seconds struggling to maintain their presence against FC Barcelona. The heavy attack force is coming in, and Ronicky punts that one home for a first to FCB.
Yeah, good counter coming out from Itachi Ronicky here. That's set up brilliant. But OXG just... No. They're not communicating with each other. They're inaccurate. Everything is a shambles right now for this team, which is a side which should be able to go on and win this tournament. They are of capabilities. They have the potential to do it. Right now, I'm looking at some of the other teams, like say Singularity or Liquid down that, or even Dignitas, you know, and Top Blokes that lost in previous days, looking at this and going, they deserve that. They put more passion into their gameplay. Right now, Oxygen don't even have the capabilities to talk to each other and back each other up. I have no idea what's happened in the last hour.
Dribble breakaway from Astral, trying to find his way back onto the orange side of the court. Close to the box, no shot. Shawset will try and dribble his way out. Devo's going to challenge that. Astral struggling to gain control of his position, and Devo booms that right back downfield. Perfect chance for a goal, missed out from everybody here. As Itachi takes that off to the right-hand side again, he will try and play the long con for FC Barcelona. The pressure continues. Ferrer and Astral out, good play in from Itachi. Second touch against Shawset, will take that out wide. Ferrer and Shawset will look for their way back in for this one. Devo with a lack of booster, pinch back from them. Itachi, plenty of defensive control, will beat out Astral. Here comes Devo to try to beat out Shawset, taking that wide again. And I've not been a fan of the aggressive inaccuracy for FC Barcelona, but it does keep control and keep pressure, and eventually they'll find the goal off of it.
Nah, what they're doing right now with this pace is throwing Oxygen through the loop where they're putting the ball into some really weird angles. Like that back pass coming out from Devo where he just threw it all the way back to his own net. Oxygen thought, oh, that's a mistake, let's run downfield. And then they got so out of position that Barcelona were able to counter upon that. So it's working. There is method to this madness, but what is that? Hello, Astro. Good pass from Chaussette.
That is like deadly accurate.
Have they
Like if
finally
he had
woken
placed
up?
that, if he had placed that an inch to his right or an inch lower, then that would not have gone on. That would have bounced off the post or bounced off the crossbar. So, Oxygen, luck or skill, call it what you want. It is a goal back in for them now. A single goal deficit as well. And you asked the question if they've woken up. I think we're about to find out as they try and pick up the pace and try and keep the pressure going against FCB. That ball dangerously close. Chaussette's got to take that off wide. And the defensive here in the back line trying to hold case for the moment as FCB are back on the offensive. Astral here to control, challenging Itachi from that corner. Second touch to the backboard, in towards Chaussette, or Ferrer actually takes it high and wide once again. Chaussette challenging, Itachi in, a demo out from Ferrer. Ronicky comes up here to receive this. Astral puts it back over, and Devo has no problems defending that, but right into the hands of Chaussette. Pass up to Astral, Itachi gets involved. Ronicky lurking in the midfield, trying to look for the overcommitment from Oxygen. We've seen that a couple times from them today, especially in this series where they lost that last game, but minute and 45 and still no second goal coming out from OXG. Chances are coming up for them, but they're just too far down on, they just boom them on target. They don't actually go for a play.
That's it, and you saw they're capable of those plays, even with this inaccuracy. I think this is just, oh, they're a little bit bogged down in their own mindset, and they are overextending. They've got to be careful of that Oxygen. They've got to make sure they've got that third man back, and you can see they're in a little bit of a mess right now with Astral's original follow-up, but he was able to correct himself. This is still not clean though, and Barcelona, looking at this, aren't quite sure of how to respond themselves. So they're used to Oxygen playing really sloppy, and they adapted for it. But now that Oxygen is starting to correct themselves, Barcelona are having to adapt to those corrections. It's got to be such a weird and confusing mindset for these players right now.
And Devo trying to aggressive for FC Barcelona as they try and find that counter. You're all right though, some of it is very, very messy from both sides. SCB still generating the shots though. Devo coming up towards the target. Ferrer going to challenge on towards one. Here comes Ronicky with a chance to redirect it out position and keep the pressure going for FC Barcelona, but Oxygen out of the corner, back to the orange half. Devo challenging Ferrer. Ferrer puts that closer for Devo again. Solo play right on, but Chaussette takes it off now against Itachi next. Challenge again. Ronicky coming forward very fast on this ball's control. Ferrer challenging him. Itachi coming up, going to try and set up for a sealing shot back into Devo. Good play past them. It's too high though. And it gets pushed out by Oxygen once again. We could be on for an overtime here, Bacon. We've had our fair share. Chaussette can't get his shot on, so it continues that way. Ferrer back on, Devo back out. Astral looking to contest this man, but Devo wins his 50-50 challenges. Chaussette and Astral still aggressive back into the center. Here comes the third man. As Ferrer puts that off to the corner, it's put out by Ronicky again. Chaussette up over to the orange half, going to keep the pressure rolling for FC Barcelona. Devo turning it away to the midfield, follow up from a teammate, gets a demo in, that ball's going right back on though, put away by the defense of FC Barcelona. So overtime is on the table.
Is indeed, and a big shout to Devo, who's been getting so physical with his plays, putting out so many 50-50s, really trying to call Oxygen into question. Again, not challenging enough attacks coming out from Oxygen, Jay.
Have found a majority of pressure in the later part of the game though. Try and work off of it in overtime, but the returns from FC Barcelona are still coming in. Astral for Chaussette to the backboard. Second touch right on there, no! Ronicky gets back and saves it. Ferrer keeps it going. And Astral into the midfield, going to contest for control. Try and stop the counter-attack from FC Barcelona, and he will be successful. Chaussette up, backboard play into the centre, but Ronicky moves it back on for another chance for his team. Passing field, cross to Itachi, denied by Astral this time. And FC Barcelona continuing the pace, pressure against Oxygen in that blue half. Challenges continue. Ronicky out midfield. Ferrer keeps it going to that corner. Second touch booms it right out of position into no man's land. But for FC Barcelona, it's a chance to strike.
And again, FCB with these 50-50s is just throwing Oxygen through a loop. Ferrer not being able to be out of touch there. But where is Itachi's options?
Oh!
He didn't need them, but Joessi keeps her out.
Clear away from Astral, finally eases the pressure for Oxygen. Itachi coming out of field, beating out one. Ronicky back on for a shot, backboard, playing nowhere near position for a second touch. Joessi going to beat him out there. Ferrer and Itachi take each other out. That works better for FC Barcelona with the offensive now being eased up on the Oxygen side. Astral to Joessi, back on target. Ronicky there to hold the defense. Big miss from Ferrer, may set up Astral still, but Itachi has ball control. Demoed out, Astral into the midfield to respond. Second touch, they go on target, way too slow. And Devo and Ronicky can swing in, hold the defense, get right back up. Here comes Ronicky with a chance. It's going to be challenged by Ferrer again to the backboard. These backboard setups from FC Barcelona haven't been working out. Oxygen have known exactly how to deal with them, so they return back to orange territory. Joessi a couple touches, throwing that ball's path right off.
Yeah, and you can tell Ronicky's getting a little bit jittery. He's got an itch for a goal, and this could cause him to overextend. He's got to be careful. That touch, unlucky attachment there. It should have been a goal. Ronicky puts it back on him, but Astral will keep it off to the side and out.
Joessi back away from the defense. Devo on. Ferrer missed. Okay, second touch not going to be allowed, but here comes Itachi with a shot off the crossbar. Ronicky comes forward, he misses his ball, and now Joessi needs to find a clear, but FC Barcelona inches away, couldn't finish off the job they set up. Mistakes being made. Oxygen having lapses in form will find their way out of the blue half eventually as they try and set up, but the pressure for FC Barcelona has been so much heavier and so much more difficult to deal with.
This is to be some of the most entertaining bad Rocket League I have ever seen, Jay, as it is scramble defense everywhere on this pitch. You might think they're in a frying pan right now, but it holds. Still looks like it's going to take one mammoth opportunity to get a goal.
Joessi and Ferrer trying to generate that chance. Find the dribbles out. Astral sets it up for Ferrer and Joessi in the midfield. Ronicky back on for the shot. Joessi can take it away. 29 points of boost, misses out that ball, leaves it for Astral, but bumps Itachi out of the way. Devo comes forward, putting it right inside that box. Joessi gets that challenge. Ferrer has got to get a clear away, and he'll find it right on. Is this going to the target? No, it's a bit too far wide. Itachi clears it. Joessi comes up, aerial dribble, going to try and see if he can beat out Devo. Good challenge from Devo, though, coming in against Astral to the sideboard. Second touch for a redirect. Itachi says no, and they keep it away from that net. Astral with control up, takes it for a challenge in the midfield line. Joessi also missing out his touches, so FC Barcelona, chances open for them. That ball's in that blue half. Itachi with a strike back, way too far off target, so Joessi can take control.
I liked that dive downfield, though, by Ferrer to give an option to Joessi. Just means that they can maneuver the ball amongst themselves. That set up for Ronicky.
Oh,
no! It was golden! It's not what he wanted, but he'll take it as Devo swoops in as his wingman, provides backup here.
Just a little bit too far wide, but the commitment from FC Barcelona gets them past the hurdle. 3-2 in game 2 and 2-0 up in this series. Oxygen fought so well to counteract the opposition with 4 minutes and 30 seconds or so on overtime, and they will still concede game 2, Bacon. And it felt like they had that on like the edge of their fingertips at certain points.
Oh yeah, definitely. And right now I'm hoping both these two teams use the full 60 seconds, Jay, because there needs to be some form, doesn't it, to this Rocket League. Again, it's all very reactionary, and hence why we call it very much scrambled defense, because there is no game plan right now for both these two sides, and it comes down to who are the better players. Right now, it's looking that Devo, Ronicky, and Itachi just mechanically are performing better today. So odd when you look at the opposite side with Astral, Joessi, and Ferrer. Absolute demons on the pitch, but their mechanical abilities, right now anyway, are starting to drop behind. And that's when as a team, as a unit. They've got to get talking to each other. They've got to really rack their heads together and come up with a game plan. I'm hoping they'll pull that out here in Game 3, because right now, FCB are ahead by 2 games. And it's looking a little bit dark.
Ronicky will try to start things off already for the FC Barcelona offensive line. Itachi and Co will hold back, let him have his moment. Keep the pressure rolling as Ronicky to find his way in against Devo. Good shot denied by Ferrer. Big miss from Itachi. This could be Astral's chance. Open net's going to go right in. And that's much better for Oxygen. Punishing mistakes from FC Barcelona, sure, but still, it's an opener for the blue side.
Yeah, a little whiff coming on out there, and Astral is poised to jump on it. Great movement downfield naturally, but the pace to respond is just incredible. Only 20 seconds, only 1 goal, Jay. Let's just see everything unfold.
Sure set, corner bounce into the box position. Itachi going to take that one out off to the sideboard. Ferrer up and over to the midfield line. Ronicky right on target. Sure set's there to boom it back off to the backboard. Being missed from Devo. Sideboard off for a good shot. Actually, that would have been on for a goal. Ferrer out. And the boom back from Ronicky. Itachi trying to chase it up, but couldn't land a touch at this mid-centre. So Astral back in, beats out 1. Not the second. It's a slow enough ball for Ronicky to adjust, so Chaussette comes up. Itachi there to return, but in the first minute, it's been all Oxygen with the offensive so far.
Yeah, but it's been, quite frankly,
Astral!
the weirdest offense I've ever seen. It's all been solo plays. Because Oxygen want to just step back. Like, this is incredible control by Astral. I'm not downplaying at all. But it just makes no sense, and I think that's why Barcelona is so confused right now. And they've got 1 lad coming at them. They think they're going to save it, and probably overconfident in that rifle mind. Because they're looking at Oxygen, keeping 2 lads back in defense and going, okay, they're not pushing on this one. So it's all muddled. Astral's got to go nowhere! What is this?
Well, he's switched on. Oxygen putting their main man up front, and suddenly the goals start pouring in. 3-0 for this kid. And FC Barcelona now struggling. Look at Astral already off the back of the kickoff. Look at him setting up Ferrer, back for shots. And just like this, things start looking real good for Oxygen. Chaussette setting up another goal for Astral, but it's denied by the defensive of Itachi. So FC Barcelona can keep themselves within contention point, but still 3 goals to make up here.
Yeah, you're thinking right now, maybe this is what gives Oxygen some confidence and brings them back in the game. But at the same time, you can see Barcelona are fired up just wide of net there from Devo, and Astral slowing this down. It was a really weird early flick there to send the ball away, but they still hold on to it.
Oh, just challenged by Ronicky there for the defense against Ferrer's shot. And Chaussette off right-hand side. Itachi will come forward, 100 points of boost. Still going for a 0-angle play. And SC Barcelona, still nothing scored in this one. The pass is still coming through. Itachi struggles to maintain control. Bounce back from the corner board into the midfield. Chaussette challenges that, gets a good challenge in. Astral going to get challenged as well by FC Barcelona. Ronicky off the ceiling now, centering it up. Good shot towards Itachi, but he couldn't center it for a decent shot towards target. Ball out to the sideboard. Chaussette taking it up against Ronicky. Got Itachi, and Itachi only to beat. Comes in against him, puts that ball a bit too far out of his position, so he can find another opportunity for him. Ferrer up and over. Astral hunting for his opportunity again for a 4th goal, but not to be. It's Ronicky and Itachi back on. 1-2-1 pass, a bit too far wide, so not on.
Chaussette just keeps that away. Weird lines in their rotations right now from Barcelona of how they're retreating. Well, it's kept them at 3-0. I'm just wondering, I can't see any potential for them to truly get down into attack. They're just not bolstering each other up.
Oh, just blocked. Itachi might set that up for Astral. FC Barcelona. Now the cracks are starting to show. In from the offensive, they will try and overwhelm those cracks with sheer speed and pacing. Oh, that's on the line! And Ronicky locks in the heartbreaking is that for FC Barcelona? Still desperate to find one. Itachi is going to continue shots, but it was right there for one. And now there is only 1 minute on the clock. Oxygen looking poised to take the third game of our series here.
He is indeed. Itachi does put it out wide, and that's a really odd flick back. I don't know how Devo did that. But you can see attack after attack, perseverance coming out from Barcelona. Where was this earlier on when they needed it? But a little bit of an overextension. There will be Roniki back. He's in net, allowing Itachi to take that one away. Demo onto Roniki should break down any counter.
There
a
it
second
is.
Demo come through, and that has just deflated Barca.
This is game 3 going the way of Oxygen. 1 to the best of 7 board. There's no way FC Barcelona can bring this one back. They are still in the lead when it comes to the series itself, but at 25 seconds, there's just no way. They can score consolation prizes, and maybe they might drum up some pressure and make it happen, but see the way that, oh, Astral! 4 goals from this guy. 5-0 for Oxygen, and if there's a way to get you back in the series off the back of 2 early games for FCB, that's it.
That's just fun to look at, that goal. Great on pass too. Hopefully, like we said, that's Oxygen, massive confidence booster. We'll be moving into game 4, 2-1, still in favour of Barcelona. And there's the save for Oxygen. Coming from Ferrer, that is going to be massive for Oxygen.
And now they've found all their little tricks. Now they know every play. They know every play they can pull off against FC Barcelona and still be successful. 6-0. At this point, this game is a scrim for FCB. Like, they've just got to treat it as such and go forward in the rest of this series. Trying to figure out how they avoid this from happening again. One more goal? Nah, not to be. Oxygen will try for it, but man, you saw how much they scratched and clawed at each other for those first 2 games, and then Oxygen just backslapped the FC Barcelona side.
So, it's weird, right? So, we had, like, Full House Friday, with all games going to Game 5, Jay. Yesterday, we saw the sweeps, Sweep Saturday. Today is, like, Shocker Sunday, right? No one's expecting Vitality to come out so dominant against Oxygen. No one's expecting Barcelona to come out so dominant against BDS. And I don't think anyone was expecting this game right here, which has gone completely reversed right now. Back against Barcelona, 6-0, after Oxygen looked a shambles in games 1 and 2. They come out with 6-0 Barca. I'm hoping that's a sign of good things to come from Oxygen, because that can make such an interesting series right now.
It really could. 6-0 though. I'm still stunned. That is the series, or that is the game that we just saw out from game 3. And again, FC Barcelona need to do everything to avoid that eventuality or that possibility for game 4 here. Still hunting for that match point option, hunting for a way back in, and look at them already off the back of the kickoff, generating offensive. Short set with a couple of good challenges. Ferrer with a redirect that goes close, whereas Astral a bit too far back, so Roniki can find his way out. Astral's still going to challenge him. 100 boost picked up from Roniki though, passing into Itachi. Oh, just challenge. So a perfect example of what would otherwise been a very good goal and a very good shot, but not coming through for FC Barcelona in the early part of things. That set up the off the crossbar. Second touch of Devo is a little bit too far out. And Astral will have control for the clear away and the counter-attack from Oxygen.
That's some serious clutch defense coming through from Oxygen to hold Barca at bay. Short set as well, Scott sends the corner, but you can see Itachi diving in for that corner boost, and then he's retreated back. Very interesting playstyle coming out right now. Very Itachi, yeah. It looks to me like Barcelona just want to play a bit counterintuitive, Jay, and they want to try and make Oxygen uncomfortable.
They are making it feel very uncomfortable with the attack plays, and they are linking up with a lot of these passes and setups, so I'm liking it a bit more, bit by bit, from FC Barcelona. Devo from the corner, Ferrer out of position. Astral will try chase downfield, 100 boost picked up now here for the dribble play. He's going to challenge Itachi backboard in, out and about for Ferrer and Chaussette. Chaussette takes it underneath him. Can he control back? Might set up Astral. He goes in for a double tap off the backboard, misses it. Third man coming forward. It's Ferrer!
Fake.
And Oxygen play that to recover it to a team. 1-0 for the blue side.
Astral there with Fake is so good. Like, to come up with that idea where everyone's looking down, there is two lads in there, both going to try and cover as much space as they can possibly find. And you're looking at that, using your boost to maneuver around your ball. It takes a whole next level of thinking to come up with that, and communication, of course, from Ferrer behind to create that play. It's just outstanding.
3 minutes to go, and there's already a first being scored by Oxygen. Ronicky going to find one back. Good play up. Itachi to follow suit. Good challenge. Ronicky nowhere to be seen. He's broken away. Ferrer to Astral. Back over to Ferrer to the left-hand side. And he'll set this up for a good shot. Pushed away. Shaw set to recover it. Taking it high and wide. So wouldn't go on even despite the defensive of FC Barcelona. Astral now. Backboard into his teammate there to back him up. Ferrer's going to fall away as Shaw set comes forward. Takes that one to the box, but no further than that. Devo in from the corner now. Itachi up. Taking it off the ceiling, off to the corner as well. It's Astral challenging for control, and Oxygen scrambling on the defensive again, which is making me a little bit uncomfortable. I think that is the point for FC Barcelona, so at the very least they're playing that much well.
They are indeed, and Barcelona are keeping this close. They're just waiting for that mistake to come through from Oxygen, and rightfully so. We've seen Oxygen be a little bit sloppy at times, and that aggressive style that Barcelona are putting down, there could be an overextension. There could be one little slip up. The number of flicks coming through. You see Ronicky there trying to set this up for Itachi, who just could not get the touch he has wanted. But it requires Oxygen to be on alert at battle stations 100% of the time.
Devo trying to fake it out, but just couldn't maintain control. The back pass at best, and that wouldn't have done anything for FC Barcelona. Back on the defensive, Itachi and Ronicky breaking out. Itachi with the dribble play, beats out Astral, right on no. Chaussette comes in for the defensive. Devo setting up Ronicky, another redirect chance. He didn't actually get the touch. Just goes out into Oxygen control. Chaussette challenging for the midfield. Astral off to the right-hand side. Ronicky comes in, second touch. May find it onto the crossbar and way too far out. FC Barcelona so mispositioned they couldn't recover that for a goal or even a shot for that matter. A minute to the clock, and Oxygen right now leading by a single goal, but controlling by much more than that margin. Astral going to beat everybody into the corner. He may be forced to fall back for the moment, but FC Barcelona haven't got much of anything being generated in the other half.
Yeah, Devo taking that down to center is a bit dangerous because it's just running it straight to his opponents. Just gets a touch there, Ronicky, but demoed for his attempts. It all comes down to one good team play from Barcelona right now, and you can feel they're winding up. They're cranking the cogs, turning the handle, and just waiting for that puppet to jump out.
Ball out here, Chaussette. Find his way out the midfield. Back onto the centre, Ferrer coming up, Ronicky out to the corner ball. Challenged again from the offensive. Astral comes in, 13 seconds, needs to find something set up here. Chaussette with control, he's got a relatively open net, only Devo to deal with. We'll put it out to the corner and stall for time. But 5 seconds now is Itachi's chance to dribble it all the way up. Ronicky to receive it, they both miss!
Oh, that
and
had
that's
to be
gonna
it.
throw it all off there for FC Barcelona. 1-0 in game 4, 2-2 now in the series. We stand at evens here.
I don't know what to say, Jay. Barcelona had so many opportunities in that game, and like, credit where credit's due, they weren't playing bad. It just comes down to the minute things in Rocket League. We saw, I want to say, 2 swipe attempts at the ball from Ronicky, you know, where he's flying through the air, going sideways, sending the full width of the pitch, trying to get that redirect down to net. And he just could not get them in that game. And that's not focusing on him, because he's always going for those. And it's just a one in so many times. He'll get them, and that'll be the difference maker. And Barcelona just did not have a difference maker in this game. You saw on the whole team, each one of them are trying. They got so close to the line, but Oxygen's defense, that jumping across net ability, which they have, is so clutch. The pace that they're playing with, they're finally showing up right now. And Barcelona, whilst not playing bad, just do not have that one lucky little spark which sets them not only even but ahead. So 2-2, 3 games remain in this series. Who's going to take it?
Sure set up of the ceiling. Devo coming in alongside Itachi. Backboard into Ronicky, missing out his touch. Itachi will send it back to his teammate, and that's going to allow a chance for Astral and Co to strike. Backboard play, short set coming up. Ronicky there to challenge the Namely. Puts it a bit too far wide here for FC Barcelona. Bringing off the backboard, Devo putting it back towards Itachi now. The sideboard and Ferrer coming in. Ronicky lacking in boost. Oh, the bomb play, the demo in the save! No! Still comes out! And despite the best of chances, the best of setups for OXG, they just can't make it happen.
Do you call that karma, Jay? Right there, going for the demo. And Ferrer's on it again. Absolutely unleash the lad. Ronicky giving a taste of his own medicine, but Ferrer will have the final laugh. Gets the opening goal for Oxygen.
Well, I wouldn't call that karma if Oxygen is still going to score the goal off of it.
You can see Ronicky chasing Ferrer at the end, just there like, let me aim. Trying to just chase him down, but nope. That Greyhound don't have the speed.
Into the first minute, another return is going to be denied from Oxygen's defensive. They continue to move forward. Itachi and Shorset finding the clear back to the orange half of the field. Ronicky sets up for Devo backboard, taken away by Shorset. Astral coming forward as well. Shorset to chase. Astral continues his dribble play. Denied by Devo. Shorset's way too far forward to support. Ferrer will come out instead of the defensive and get his touch in to hold the midfield. Ronicky dunked down. Itachi to receive that pass. Anyway, by Shorset back on for Devo, and Astral just not letting him have any of that. Not playing that one in front of the net for his line of thinking. Shorset set up, bump play, just still denied a stand by the defensive. So FCB hold the line just by the skin of their teeth.
Do indeed, and let's have a quick little look at Astral there. Itachi grown wise. See, they're continuously going for these solo little attempts, and it's all about bringing it close to the net, hoping for a little slip up, and then they've got a second man ready to dive on in to clean up the spill. It's wise from Oxygen, it's safe.
Pass out, Ronicky to receive it, beat out one, look for Astral, he puts it too far wide. What was looking like a great dribble as well is just too inaccurate here. FC Barcelona having Ronicky up, demo in, Itachi out, setting up for Devo as Ronicky's demoed out. Off the backboard, second dunk down again is not going to be allowed. 2.5 minutes to go. And Oxygen have control, push out into the box, Shorset and Ferrer. Both players beaten, Shorset coming into the corner. Good challenge from Devo to the sideboard and sending it up as Ronicky comes forward. Astral to Shorset now. Play up to the left-hand side of the net. Itachi up with Ronicky and Devo, passing between each other. Devo now dribbling it, and again, we're seeing so many of the dribble plays, you know, they're just carrying it from the orange half to the blue, and there's always someone to somehow find their way out and just deny FC Barcelona.
Look, and it's an interesting one, Jay, because if you look at this right now, that's the first shot on target we've actually seen in a while. Because all these dribble plays, nice, there's the second. All these dribble plays were going wide of the net. It was purely for the function of carrying the ball downfield. This was an oversight, massive open net, when you can see that just from the map down bottom left, and why I love this new overlay here. It's Ronicky was past every member of OXG. That is naturally going to go all kinds of wrong.
Now, all the way downfield, as you mentioned, Oxygen relying on Shorset to get his touch out, but it didn't happen. FC Barcelona now finding that one goal that they needed. Astral putting it out. into the orange corner now, pushed in by Devo as Joessi controls up in the aerial now, trying to beat out one, gets there, into Ferrer next up, he's challenged by Ronicky. Astral quickly making his way up to try and find a follow-up shot of his own right. Great dribbles in, almost above Devo, but too high, pushed out above the crossbar. It's Ronicky pushing into the midfield, Ferrer backboard again, Devo's there to deny. And 60 seconds remain to this clock, all even out. We could be on for another overtime here in this one, Bacon. We've said that before, and that has been denied. But either way, both teams dead set even at this moment. Oxygen doing great to counter FC Barcelona, unable to get their own offensive going, and this time it's not going to be the same.
I worry a little bit about Oxygen. They keep stepping on each other's toes. That's a good call off though. Sure set. Brilliant bat flip, nice final touch as well from Ferrer to bring Itachi in. Ferrer was actually diving as opponents in net. Clearly didn't get that memo from his teammates that they had to be back. They didn't have anything in the tanks, needed to recharge. But again, very unnerving playstyles from both sides, and everyone being called into question. Another double commit coming out from Ferrer and Astral, which is so uncharacteristic of them normally, but in this series seems to happen aplenty.
Final countdown here for Oxygen and FC Barcelona here in game 5. Ball rolling on the floor, just kept alive by Ronicky actually. Could set up Itachi for a chance, but he's not in the right position at the right time. We'll recover this, Ferrer puts it out. Ronicky, to keep it going actually, may beat Joessi. No, off the backboard, continuing up, Itachi in towards Devo, shot taken away by Astral, now towards the Itachi position, still sets up Devo, almost found the shot, but not to be. Joessi with the defense, Ferrer tries to get it on the floor, is denied, but that may be worse for FC Barcelona. Finally this ball's gonna roll close to it, there you go, on the floor for OT.
Yeah, Wise and Devo there at the end. Realised keeping the ball up was not worth money. Gets it to ground, sends it into OT. Ain't gonna play that game. It's too risky.
Joessi try and solve the early offensive for Oxygen Esports. FC Barcelona moving forward alongside Ronicky now into the corner. Ferrer gonna put this out to Joessi's position. He will take it off the sideboard. Astral in, shot close, actually on target there, but of course, plenty of distance between him and Devo, so Devo can defend against it. Joessi and Ronicky challenging. Astral will demo the man out. Itachi 7 points to boost. 100 also picked up. Astral moves in. Devo and Ronicky back off. The shot close. 2 players commit to the defense. Ferrer and Itachi over and out. Itachi putting it into Ronicky. Joessi finds his way on for the clear, so Oxygen again able to deal with FC Barcelona's setups and their passing play still on linking up. Ronicky completely loses control of the ball.
Minute into OT and no one really showing signs of being able to get the goal. I like this idea though, those pass plays between Devo and Ronicky. That's how they're going to get it. Can't just throw it in there. Defense is too good right now.
So they've got to find some sort of way out playing them. Oxygen got their goal in this matchup by just demoing everybody. I mean, you might not take a leaf out of their book if you want to keep throwing it out of that net. At least clear it out first. Sideboard now. Touch in Devo, working against Astral, put out to the midfield. Joessi over to Ferrer. What a shot, but what a save again from Devo. And now it's Oxygen the one's throwing this ball at the net here. Passing plays look confident, at least for their right. So Astral leaves it for Ferrer high off the backboard. Astral coming in to try and maintain control. Joessi backing off. Ferrer with one final chance, and it is pushed out by FC Barcelona. Dangerous times there as the danger box heats up for FCB. Devo up off the ceiling. Big touch from Astral. May put it into the hands of Ronicky, but now Ferrer making his way upfield. Relatively open net. Can he beat them? No, he can't.
And defense there from Barcelona was very indecisive, not being punished by Oxygen. You should see a player wiggling like that and just... Oh! Unlucky Ferrer getting denied by the crossbar.
And that could have been the end of the game right there. Had it been put a little bit lower. Joessi will try for another chance off the backboard. Ronicky is like, no thank you. Itachi and Ronicky. Now they're the ones trying to link up into the offensive. Devo coming up with an aerial challenge against Ferrer. Itachi in the midfield, lacking in boost, but he just takes it away from Joessi, buys time for his teammates. And the back pass from Devo goes to Ronicky off to the corner now. Astral and Ferrer holding defensive here at the midfield. Challenge from Devo, again going off the sideboard, potentially set up a ceiling. Taking it away from Ronicky. What was that about? That could have been the perfect setup again. FC Barcelona making mistakes all up and down the offensive.
Yeah, it was just a little mistouch demo from Ferrer again on net. Really looking to break those rotations and form a crack in net. What a shot! Just high and wide by the smallest of margins from Astral. It's a good throw by Ronicky actually, but actually a bit too late to get that demo.
There's so much hanging in the balance here in this game, in this overtime. Looking for match point and lower bracket point. Time is slowly ticking away. Ferrer now with a breakaway against Ronicky. It's Itachi up, she'll set back down into the corner, bounced out, missed out by Devo. Coming forward again, Astral gonna rotate back out position. Ronicky is here. This ball goes up and off to the left-hand sideboard. It's Devo with control, passing into his teammate. Excuse me, that was Itachi, I think. Devo there received that pass and did not put it on target. So back down into the midfield, Astral out, Devo coming in, Ferrer and Short Set finding their way out. Short Set moving off to the corner, and 4 minutes into this overtime, neither side's been able to break the stalemate.
Oh, good patience there by Short Set with Ferrer to back him on up. You gotta be looking at these lines. Ronicky's got it past one. Astral holds well because Ferrer would have been able to get a touch there. Another straight hit from Ronicky, lad. You've got to set these up. You can't just throw it at net and hope that it's going to stick.
This is getting frustrating now. Really frustrating from FC Barcelona. Ferrer try to punish all of that here. Astral moving in against Itachi. Bounce out of the corner. Here comes Short Set with the great control. Devo gets his challenge though, so not going to happen again. FC Barcelona at least can have some sort of faith in their backline. Passing between Itachi and Ronicky denied by Astral, so the same could be said for Oxygen Esports here. And they're continuing to look for pressure, rotating out Astral, awkward flip, but he does connect to the ball, beat out Itachi as well. Continue with the offense, but Devo beats him back. No second touch allowed for him, no shot going to be coming forward for Oxygen Esports here. Short Set, having a whole defense, Itachi in, setting up for Ronicky, Ferrer and Astral, a bit too far out position, that ball's way too wide.
Oh, but Astral was on an absolute run here, slows it down, wanted to go for the 50-50, but Itachi kept it away, and Devo keeps that one out. Ferrer can't get the follow through. Short Set blocked on out by Devo. Could they send it the whole way down? No. Just got caught in the curvature.
Oh, that shot coming through almost found its way on from Ronicky. FC Barcelona suddenly picking up the pace and picking up the speed. Ferrer and Astral coming back over. Ronicky's got to take this off the backboard. That might still set it up for Short Set. Out position shot coming forward, right on target, denied by the defense. FC Barcelona now beating them out in the midfield, and the back and forth attacks continue. Defend, counter, defend, counter, defend, counter, and dribble right up to the net for Ronicky. Short Set's there to block it. Itachi still continuing. Flicks out. Astral still gets his touch. And Astral's been great in terms of getting it out of the way. Like, yes, it has been a bit awkward on the defense, but you can rely on him to get some sort of touch to set up a counter-attack. In this case, though, that's not to be. They are back on the offensive for FC Barcelona. Backline cleared out. Astral does get his touch. Send it back downfield. No one can follow up. Unless... No.
Oh, Ronicky on the run. Away by Short Set, and you're right, Astral has been massive for Oxygen. Ferrer again has been very good again physical. He has really stepped it on up today, and I needed the man to finish it off in the middle, but Tachi will keep that out for now. 6 minutes 40 into OTJ.
This, I think, is the longest OT so far in the Grand Prix.
It is.
And can we go further than that? I think it was the last Grand Prix where we set the record at 18 minutes and, what was it, 19 seconds or something?
Yep, it was Vitality and...
Oh!
I told you it was getting massive with those physical plays. You don't get bigger than this. Ferrer is a tank.
And all three to the right-hand side, baited in by the dribble play. 7 minutes to OT, and at long last, Oxygen will take that game, take us to match point of the series, but God on high, that was a battle.
That was indeed. It's a war of attrition, and you get that with these long OTs, Jay. Oxygen showing, though, with that wealth of experience these lads have, that they can deal with it, and that they are ready to play that passive end-to-end game. But that's got to have taken out of all these players. But no rest of the wicked. We're moving straight into game 6, dude.
And this is Oxygen's lead as well above FC Barcelona. You know, this was for the first time on the series board, FCB have lost control and lost the lead. And yeah, you mentioned 3 games in a row for Oxygen. Here on match point, can they make it 4 in a row? Or will FC Barcelona throw up enough of a fight to take us to game 7? I think it would be very appropriate if we went there, although I'm not going to lie, I'd rather not.
It's been a long one so far. And I mean, Jay, the problem is we both predicted the 4-2 to Oxygen, didn't we? So it's that sort of case of right now, we could be a bit smug, but not like this. You don't want Barca to completely drop it after taking 2 games. You don't want that 4-game sweep coming out from Oxygen. So gonna be an interesting one. We're just letting the players have a little bit of a break right now, because that was a long affair, so we'll give them an extra minute. And I don't know where this next game is going to go, because when you get such a close game like that, quite often the game afterwards is a blowout, isn't it? And I don't know which side is going to take that blowout.
No, absolutely, man. Like, I at this point, it's so unpredictable. Like, you know, you don't really know which way it's going to go, just based on the fact that you've seen such scrappiness from both sides. You know, I mean, it's not a case that there was a clean victory there for Oxygen. You know, 7 minutes in overtime. 7 minutes in overtime. That is not what you call clean. It was very difficult, all things considered. And for the FC Barcelona camp, you know, obviously they'll be kicking themselves in that respect. You know, it won't be the easiest manner of fashion for them, and certainly won't be the kind of result that they would have wanted. But it's still going to be an opportunity for them to reflect. Obviously, we're having some server issues, which is why, of course, you're seeing our lovely faces or ugly faces, depending on what your preference is. But you know, the FC Barcelona side will have a chance to adjust against that one. I think the main thing for them is trying to find those link-ups, because you saw how many solo dribbles did we see from the orange backboard straight over to the blue offensive, you know? And none of them worked out, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. And you're right. We can't predict how this next game is going to go, because it is so close. The only thing we can predict is that we're going to be playing on Forbidden Temple, because that's the next match up in the rotation. And I'm going to say right now, I haven't seen it yet in the Summer Grand Prix, and I can't wait, because I think this has quickly become my favorite new arena, Jay.
I mean, I'm still a Neo Tokyo fan, so you know,
Okay, fair.
We'll give that up.
The other Wii pitch, okay, I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, but no, as far as you mentioned it, that is basically all you can predict. Like, you know, this match is really down to the wire, and any one misplay could be the main difference between winning and losing for both of these teams. You know, especially for, like, you know, for FC Barcelona, who have come in, you know, with such a hot streak. If they drop off now, then they're not coming back into it.
Oh, yeah, if FCB drop now, they're out, because Oxygen are on match point.
I meant in 4.
I know, but I love to make it seem silly. But it just straight away, they need to get the opening goal. You are right. Rocky cutting it close on that save. Barca needs to open up with a smile, otherwise it's going to be all frowns.
Already Astral looking for his way in with the opening goal. Oxygen on the offensive line. Short set pass over. Ronicky can boom that over to Ferris' position. Now setting it up for Astral, coming in for a shot. Dunk down off the backboard. Ronicky will take it over to Itachi now from that corner play. Good challenge from Shorset. Devo out and about. Ferrer challenging off the backboard. Astral and Shorset making their way out. Good shot in from Ronicky and throwing it towards the net. Relatively slow. The defensive can adjust for it. Astral and Ferrer now coming forward, trying to beat out Devo. Devo's not having that though. Shorset will continue to return. Comes in to support his teammates. Ronicky off centre. Astral off the backboard. Into Ferrer next up for the dunk down. Now ball's getting dangerously close, but FC Barcelona are just holding the line. Astral looking to change that. Leaves it for Shorset. Good block from Ronicky. No shot allowed.
This has been some real shaky defense coming out from Barcelona. They're lucky that the attack from Oxygen was just straight towards them when not set up correctly. I mean, 2 lads up in that backboard look like they're ready to double commit onto it. So definitely fatigue, hitting hard, I reckon, after OTJ, even with that little bit of rest these players had. But it'll be interesting as Ferrer Just drops straight on down to him, licks the stamp, and posts it.
Ferrer in against Ronicky, nice simple beat out for him. Couldn't get to that ball in time, therefore it is an opening goal for Oxygen Esports. FC Barcelona now. Look at Ronicky off the back of his kickoff, desperately looking for a goal. He took a shot, unfortunately missed it. Itachi, 20 points a boost off the ceiling, pushed out position. Devo and Ronicky coming forward off the backboard. Astral's there to push it into the midfield. Devo's got control though. Nice boost in, nice control out against Joessi. Ronicky challenged by Astral, and Astral throws it off. Ferrer back onto the orange backboard. Itachi puts it out centre. This is perfect for Joessi. Got to take it wide, back into Itachi's control in particular. And Ferrer should not win out his challenge on this man. Out to that left-hand centre. Itachi to Ronicky again to receive
Oh, what
it!
a goal!
What a shot, and indeed a first for FC Barcelona.
Beautiful link up there. Itachi throwing it to middle. And again, we've seen this from FCB. I said it time and time again yesterday, Jay. They've got to stop throwing the ball straight into the box, play with a little bit more space, thus they can work the angles and actually position the ball in the net. Much a harder placement. What a goal.
Finally, a passing play going well for FC Barcelona. Haven't seen many of those so far this series. We've seen plenty of those though. Ferrer set from Astral, cross to the box, shot on target. No one can save it. Oxygen back in the lead.
How's the song go? Anything you can do, I can do better. Astral and Ferrer just absolutely schooling Barcelona on that play. Beautiful link up, and this is what we want to see.
Ronicky over to Itachi, and Astral in the midfield trying to contest it. Itachi to Ronicky again, going to try and replicate the performance. Over to Devo, last man in. Ronicky back into Itachi's position, but it's pushed out, and Ferrer clears. Can he get to the ball before Ronicky can? Can he get his shot? No, he can't. Into the offensive line once again. Oxygen, if they can keep the pressure going for the next 2 minutes, they've won. They'll be in the grand finals of FC Barcelona. Ferrer off the backboard, popped into the box. Devo takes control. 2 to beat, 1 to challenge. Short set coming forward. Astral puts that on. Ronicky can't get there, and suddenly FC Barcelona crumble.
What? Devo had no options there. Straight up, again, you could blame it on him for popping that down to mid. But he put the ball into the air, afterwards followed it up and went, oh no, I'm in danger. As Itachi had followed out, expecting Devo to be going for that 50-50, didn't have the boost. You know, players can't see each other's boost. We can, of course, we got this lovely overlay, but they can't. Lucky right there, Itachi, that Devo bumped into, so a mistake turned into a reward somehow. Barca, get talking to each other, lads. Way too many solo attempts. You've got to work as a team.
And they're just bumping each other out of the way in this one, the defensive. You called it scrappy a little bit earlier on in the opening offensive chance, but now it is just Dyer. 1:25 to score 2 back, and there's not being given a chance here. So many shots coming out from Oxygen. It's Ronicky. Will find his way up, trying to pass to Itachi, but Astral's like, yeah, no. Passing back to Ferrer instead from that corner. Astral inside that box to receive it. Itachi will try and find his way in off the sideboard. It's sure set towards Astral again.
Why?
2 players to challenge, and neither one can hold a confident defense. They do get a counter-attack though, but again, it's Ferrer to defend.
Oh, good stuff, Astral. Lucky on the attack. Features.
And FC Barcelona just couldn't do it. They can't make it happen. Astral, Itachi contesting on the offensive. Devo back towards Ronicky. Chance available. No, they've got a second. They've got a second now.
What a play! Devo sent this downfield. Clearly, Ronicky was out of sight from the players. The ninja in the back lines. It just jumps out like that, gets the shot. This is what I was saying was missing earlier, Jay, was those touches from Ronicky. He was trying to swipe at the ball and it wasn't coming through. Now it is. That could be the difference maker for FCB to come back into the series, for them to be able to send us the game.
Oh, Ronicky is on fire! Setting up Itachi as well! FC Barcelona in the line! we're in overtime.
Last overtime was nearly 7 minutes long, Joe. How long do you think this one will be?
Don't ask. Oxygen unable to make this happen. Itachi now with a solo play. Backboard. Where's his backup? Nowhere to be seen. Perfect chance for FC Barcelona to close it in a handful. Devo will come forward now. Astral with contention off that backboard. Itachi and Devo trying to make their way out to the center. Ferrer in the corner now. Itachi no boost. They're so starved on the FC Barcelona side. You can see those angles. You can see those numbers. And they're barely holding the background as a result. Astral with one final chance against Devo. Up towards Ferrer or Joessi, beaten out by Ronicky, putting it over to the blue half. Pretty dangerous ball, but they can adjust the defense.
Devo getting that touch does send it to Ronicky. It's a nice idea, but Astral, what control on the ball. He has to spin that around and get the save to the corner down to Joessi. The attack keeps coming through though from Barcelona. That'll buy Oxygen a bit of breathing room. Follow-up's too slow. Both sides are going to be playing defensive on this one, Joe, with those breakaways. They don't want to transition too quick and get caught off guard.
Sure set there to defend against Ronicky. Devo comes in. No boost to his name. He can only do so much from here off that ceiling. Ferrer and Joessi. Out to the midfield. Joessi beating Ferrer going to be there right beside him as both players trade places. Pass back to the midfield for Devo. This one's going dangerously close to that blue net. May allow some more offensive opportunities for FC Barcelona. Ronicky sideboard, centering it up for Devo for a strike back. 3 players to commit and take this out of field. As Astral comes in, very light on his control. Ferrer puts it back close. Short set right there, and they've done it. 1 minute and 47, and this one dribble play sets up the game for its conclusion. 4-3 in game 4-6. 4-2 for Oxygen Esports in this series. They're going to the grand finals against Renault Vitality.
They are indeed. I couldn't predict their chances against Vitality because that series had to be mentally taxing on them, Jay. Oxygen having to go all the way down to the lowest of lows. They entered the series at the bottom of a pit and they had to climb their way out after 2 very demoralizing games coming out from Barcelona, where Oxygen looked more like they were Champ 1s playing in solo standard. By the end of the series, looked like their true selves. If that hasn't prepared them for Vitality, I don't know what will.
Well, they have been forged in fire thus far. They couldn't do it against Vitality earlier on this evening, but fired up against the FC Barcelona side. There may be another chance for this team to manage it here against the main rivals. And the final boss, it seems, of the Rocket Baguette Summer Grand Prix. We're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, it will be our grand finals between Oxygen and Vitality, so do not go anywhere. We're back after this.